So I'm a car dealer that sells cars that are $5,000 and under, and I have been one for 14 years now. And right now, we have cars in a price range that I haven't seen on my car dealership since like before the pandemic. We're able to go to auction right now and buy cars for a lot less than what we have been in at least recent memory. And right now, I have 5 cars on my lot that are $2,500. And even those cars right now are sitting and not selling on my car dealership. This is very weird right now for our car lot, because usually what happens, and through the 14 years that I've been doing this, is okay, we buy cars, we price them cheaply. I mean, you see cars behind. This is my car lot. These are my actual prices. We don't have any fees or anything after that. We don't have a dock fee. Like, I mean, this car is $3,500. I mean, somebody comes into our lot, they pay $3,500 plus whatever taxes they pay to the North Carolina government, which is like $150 per car. That's it. It's not like a customer comes here and they see a price and then there's $1,000 on top of that for any kind of fees, like you see at a lot of dealerships. We don't do that in my dealership. So it's not like we're hurting ourselves in that way when we're actually trying to sell these cars. But what's very weird is that these cars that we're having here that are $3,000, I mean, there's a Ford Taurus over there, it's $2,500. You can argue, Ford Taurus is not even worth $2,500. But in our history, we've seen that, okay, anything that starts and runs and drives and is decent for $2,500, we sell it, and we sell it instantly. We haven't been able to do that for the last 4 or 5 years, and now we have a situation where we have lots of cars for $3,000, $3,500, $2,500, and they're still not selling. And this worries me greatly. And now what we're dealing with right now is, even after about 2 weeks ago, if you've been watching this channel, you can kind of see what my car dealership is doing, the price points that we're trying to stay at, if we're slow, if we're fast, whatever. I'm going to give you all these updates here. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. It's a brand new channel. Check it. You might not be subscribed. But 2 weeks ago, I put out a video saying, okay, we're slow. And I'm worried about it because this is the most cars that I've ever had at this time of year, and we're not moving cars. And I'm worried about the overall economy because if people aren't buying $2,500 cars right now, well, what can I do? Because what I have been doing is that, okay, you lower your prices until you find a price point where people will actually spend. But what if that price point doesn't really exist? If we lower cars that we were selling for $3,500, $4,000 just a few months ago because they were that expensive, it's not like I was making more money, it's just I was having to pay more money for those cars at auction. And now I'm paying a lot less for those same cars at auction. Prices are coming way down where I'm able to price them at $2,500, $3,000, but the buyers that we had 2-3 months ago that would scoop up those cars, even to the tune of, okay, I had 150 something cars, and then we sold just about everything we had through tax season, got down to 7 cars for sale on my lot. All those $2,500 cars, they were the first ones that went. This was only 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago that we experienced this. And now I have cars that, in my opinion, are better quality and a cheaper price all at the same time. And we're worried about even being able to move them. These $2,500 cars have now sit on my lot for the last week and a half, and they're not getting sold. And here's the thing. It's not like people are coming here, they're calling us, asking about it. We're getting leads on these $2,500 cars, and they're coming here, they're like, oh, this car is junk, I'm not going to buy it. We are not getting calls on $2,500 cars. This is what worries me. I would actually feel better about the situation if we would put these $2,500 cars online, people would come, test drive them, we'd get a bunch of calls, a bunch of leads, and then they say, oh, there's something wrong, I just don't want this car's too gross, this car is not mechanically sound. That I would actually feel better about because there's something I can do about that. I can go fix the car, I can look at the car and be like, you know what, this is just not desirable because of the car and not the price point. And that's not the case. What the case is that people are just not spending money. And I can tell you that on most Saturdays, we generally sell between 5 to 8 cars just about every Saturday. Saturdays are our our biggest day of the week. And this past Saturday we sold 4, and I'm okay with that. That was actually pretty decent for us. I think this time of year and what we're experiencing right now. But the rest of the week was pretty much dead. And for me to be able to actually make money, let's go back. So for me to actually break even, we have to sell about 11 cars a week is where we're at. And I think last week we sold like 8 cars. So we're getting close to that, but that's just my break even. So if I go through multiple weeks of only selling 7, 8 cars a week, then my car dealership is actually going to start losing money, and that's not where I want to be. If we can break even, then I'm okay with that. I can talk about it here on YouTube. I can make money doing that. I can be able to make payroll. The business can sustain itself. My people get paid. I'm able to still offer cars to consumers who can't really find this price range anywhere else. That's a win-win. Obviously, I would want to make money, but in the grand scheme of things, if we just are able to roll business, I'm able to pay people, I'm able to get cars to people, and I still can make money on YouTube, I'm fine with that. So that's something I'm okay with. What I'm not okay with is if we go through 3-4 months of not selling like that 40 to 45 cars I need to sell in a month to just break even on my expenses. And if we sell 20 to 30 cars, that's what I'm not okay with. And when we get to that situation, then I can find myself losing $10,000, $20,000 every single month. You string 2 or 3 of those months together, you could be looking at $60,000 in the negative for my car dealership. That's something I'm not okay with, and I don't want to be hemorrhaging money at this car dealership. Even though I'm going to be able to make great YouTube videos whining about how much money I'm losing in the car market, I don't want to do that. And obviously, I'm looked at as someone who knows what they're doing in the car market by most people. I know there's a lot of you down there. Well, just check in the comments. You'll see them. The ones that think I have no clue what I'm doing at all. I've been doing this for 14 years, though. I've been able to make money every single year. I feel like I have a little bit of a grasp on how to make money in the car market. But even with that, it's a tricky situation right now, and it's very difficult to navigate, but I still want to try to figure out how to make money in this car market. So one thing that could actually help us going forward is that we just had some the trade talks seem like they're going well. I won't say they're going great, but we have a pause with China right now, and that literally just happened. So maybe that takes some of the fear out of the market, because I feel like there's still money that's out there in the system. I know a lot of people out there are broke. Inflation is killing everybody right now, but I feel like the faucet got turned off too quickly, where it's not like, okay, everyone just ran out of money all at the same time. I feel like it's just people holding on to money. So that leads me to believe that it's more of a fear-induced slowdown that we're actually experiencing right now. And maybe as trade talks get a little bit better, maybe people start spending a little bit more money, and that could potentially benefit us. So there could be some softening on that fear that's in the market to start to generate some more sales. And I don't know how quickly that's actually going to enter the system, but I feel like once you start taking some of this fear out of the market, then you're going to have people that go back into buying expensive things. I say expensive, but for a family that has not a lot of money, like a $3,000 or $3,500 purchase, that's very expensive for them. And if people are not as fearful of their items going up, and what I hear from a lot of people is that, okay, what's going to happen with Christmas? Like most of all the toys that kids are getting, they're made in China, right? So what's going to happen about that? I go to a couple stores that I that I know some of the owners to, and they're already talking about price increases. So when they're looking at their price increases, like 10, 20% on some of the goods that they actually sell, well, those owners are choosing not to spend money in their personal lives because they're worried about what their customer's going to do on the other end. And it's a similar situation with me where, okay, we saw that a lot of these these new car prices were supposed to go up. So maybe I think about getting tighter on my money. Maybe there's a big purchase that I would want to make that I'm not going to because I just don't know what's going on in the market right now. Everyone is feeling this across, whether you're poor, whether you're middle class, whether you're rich. Everyone has been tighter with their money over the last 2 months because of a lot of this fear that's been put into the market, because we just don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to go up in price. We don't know how people are going to spend their money. So because of all that, well, if you pull some of that out of the market, some of that fear out of the market, it might allow people to start spending money again, even on the lower end. If some of the fear comes out, maybe we start selling some $2,500 cars. So that's the silver lining of what's happened, at least in the last few days, to allow me to think that maybe things will get a little bit better for here. Hopefully, we've already seen the bottom of of our demand. And I can tell you that our inventory, we have been able to increase it greatly. Right now, this is the most cars that I've ever had during this time of year, and I attribute that to a lot of car dealerships at these auctions that we go to. They're not buying, and we have continued to buy. So I would guess that once the market picks back up, once some of this fear comes back out, it might be tougher for us to buy. It's just very tricky for us to navigate. Anyway, but I'm going to let you know what we're dealing with on a weekly basis on this channel. We're not doing it on any other channels. I'm going to show you a lot of what my car dealership personally is having to deal with and how I'm navigating it. And you saw, all right, 2 weeks ago, I was worried. We were dead. We slashed prices. Okay, this week, the price slashes, it appears like they don't matter because we got cars out here for $2,500 and people still aren't buying them. So hopefully some of this fear will come out. And next week, I'll be able to show you a video saying, yeah, we sold like 30 cars in 1 week. I don't expect that to happen, but let's hope for it. All right, and I almost forgot, I need a thumbnail. So let's do this. I don't want to cover up the Toyota emblem though. Surprise face. All right, and that's what we do for thumbnails.